Now, what's risk ranking? As part of analyzing, one of the main goals for analyzing our risk is because we want to rank them. Identify the risks are ranked according to our evaluation of probability and potential impacts of the risk. Why do we need to rank our risk? I mentioned it earlier that one of the major reasons why you want to rank is that you want to determine the ones to put a lot of attention. You want to determine the ones. Okay, the first point here is saying you want to determine the ones that require additional analysis. Yes. So, some risks, once you do qualitative risk analysis, you are fine. But for some other projects, you would want to proceed into quantitative risk analysis, because that one has a lot of advantages. We'll get there. We'll discuss it when we get to quantitative risk analysis. But essentially, sometimes you want to do further analysis of your risk events. Qualitative comes first. In fact, it will even be the only one you would do. But if on the particular project you are handling, there's a need to do quantitative risk analysis, it is the ones that have been prioritized as major by qualitative risk analysis that you now push to quantitative risk analysis. There are some advantages to that. There are some reasons why you might want to do. There are some advantages to that. There are some reasons why you might want to do quantitative risk analysis after qualitative risk analysis. Okay, another reason for risk ranking is that you want to identify those that may proceed directly into risk response planning. What is risk response planning? We will still get to the process. That's like two processes. The next process after quantitative risk analysis. Risk response plan essentially is saying, how do I manage this thing? For example, if it is threats, are you accepting it? Are you transferring it? Are you mitigating the threat? So essentially is, how do you want to handle the threat? What are you doing to it? What would you do to it, or what are you doing to it? That is the risk response strategy. So risk ranking will help you determine the ones that you want to plan risk responses for. So that's this point you are just seeing here. And then it helps you identify the ones that are not critical. Beautiful. Now, let's assume we are working on the project now. We have identified numerous hundreds or even thousands of uncertainties, our risks. Some of those risks would have very negligible probability of occurrence by your evaluation, or maybe negligible or insignificant impact when it occurs. Those ones, you don't even put them in your risk register at all. There's another document called your watch list, your risk watch list. So in your watch list, that is where you now put those kind of things that, well, you want to, there are uncertainties on the project, but probability of occurrence or impact of occurrence of both of them is so small and insignificant that it doesn't even warrant your consistent, continuous attention. Note what I said. Consistent, continuous attention. Because the risks in your risk register need your consistent, continuous attention. But the ones in your watch lists, you have to give it periodical attention. Why? Why do you need to also give what's in your watch list periodic attention? The reason is that status of risk events can change. In fact, they can change even abruptly. So the fact that you have evaluated a particular risk event as of insignificant probability of insignificant impact does not mean that few hours from that time, probability of occurrence could not have changed to critical level, 99 to have reduced. You'll agree with me that there are times in which a particular news event, the president of a country announces a particular act, or a particular, maybe they are closing border or something. That news event can trigger some risk events from a project's watch list into critical, most important uncertainty on the project. So that is why you have to also keep scanning your watch lists to be finding out what is the status. But it will not take the attention, the kind of attention you give to the ones in your risk register.